Hello, hello. Welcome to Down Under, a beautiful autumn day in Australia. I thought I'd do a reading. I haven't done one in so long, which I'm sorry about that, but I've started to do some other work that I'm trying to concentrate on. However, with these times, I thought that I would like to give some information of whatever I could find through the cards. I've got some new cards there, the Archangel Metatron deck, which are beautiful. They're from a lady called Amanda Ellis. You might want to look her up on YouTube. She's very fascinating. So the first card we've got is Blessings and Thanks. It's about abundance. And it's kind of interesting because so many of us are very, very worried about our jobs. And some of you have maybe already lost your jobs because of what's happening. This card is talking about that we need to think about the abundance around us, and I guess counting our blessings. I mean, I know we have to consider, well, how are we going to pay for our amenities? How are we going to pay the bills? And I really don't have the answers for that. I really don't know. I suppose some of us will have to move in with other people and we'll have to try and make ends meet. Hopefully our governments will help. But right now, what I want us to do is to take a big breath in and a big breath out and just really feel the air going in and out of your body. And try as you exhale to give that exhale a gift to the rest of the universe. And I want to read this card, and they're very new cards to me, so I don't really know them. So let's explore this together. It says, drawing this card shows that blessings are available to you now, and you're offered a full harvest. And I do think, from people that are in self-isolation, to notice the dreams that you have. Let go of the fear as best you can, breathing, grounding, doing anything you can to feel your body and to let it go and relax. And that we're here for these very special times. Before we came to Earth, we've chosen to be here for this big ride. So it says the question is, do you feel worthy to claim it? Universal harvest is available to all, and yet so often in a world of suffering and sense of lack, it is easy to be fearful that there isn't enough. And I know that it is easy to fall into that. This is not what was intended. The earth has bounty for all of us to share freely, but that reality is blocked by fear, and that's exactly what's going on, isn't it? And we feel the need to hoard and save and worry over where the next meal is coming from, how to pay the next bill. Haha, I just said that. Isn't that interesting? Often we may have grown up seeing debt and poverty as a way of life. And there is a whole other generation behind us that have been in World War II and generations that were in the Great Depression. So we do know of this. And it could beyond World War II. We have relatives that might have been in other wars. So what if you were told you'll always have enough, that you need to trust that this is so? What feeling does that bring up for you to heal? Maybe there's a story of lack within your own family, lack of money, lack of food, lack of security or safety. And that's so interesting. I just got off the phone with my cousin in the United States, and we were just talking about our family history of our parents having to eat grass in the war, in the Second World War. So there you go. And do you dread those states of being? And even when you do have enough, you still worry it will all be taken away. And I am so to blame for that. And I really need to just, take a breath in, go out in nature if you're allowed. And I've found nature this week to be a real healer. I hadn't been to the beach in a month, and because we'd had lots and lots of rain. So I went to the beach, and right away Poseidon spoke to me, which I hadn't heard from him since 2009. there were some interesting messages there, which I will share with you shortly. For the truth is that the earth is alive and able to evolve, and that's what it's doing, and sustain all who live upon her as long as Gaia is respected. And this is the other problem. She is not being respected, and energy and intention are poured back into her soil and her elements. And so we can do this. We can do this as a collective. We can have a moment where we all honor what the earth has given us in the past, and to send her love deep into deep earth. And energy and intention are poured back into her soil and her elements, and this is something that all can do every day. The simplest way to give back to earth is to give thanks, to be full of gratitude for all that you have, for the food on your plate, the money in your pocket, the sounds and rhythms of your beautiful world that wants to bestow many blessings onto you if you're open to receive. And there's so many of you, even if you don't have much, that are giving to people. I have a really cool friend. She's been giving a roll of toilet paper to friends to let them know that they're loved. And I have a sneaking suspicion that one of my sisters is making some little packs for the neighborhood. I'm not sure, but it sounds like that might be the case, which is very typical of her very generous heart. The cornucopia of Horn of Plenty illustrated here on that card. Here it is. You know, that's the Horn of Plenty. It symbolizes all the abundance available to you, everything that you need for your well-being: fresh food, golden coins, light rays, and the sounds of the universe filling your soul with songs and joy. It's really important, if you can, to get out in the fresh air. Breathe that in. Breathe that in and let that energy come out of you. And when you're exhaling, I love this, my yoga guru, his name's Grant, I just love him, and he said, you know, when you're exhaling, it's like you're giving a gift to the whole world, and when you're inhaling, the world's giving you a gift, something like that. I just love that idea. And so the light rays and the sounds of the universe filling your soul with songs of joy. Just let the joy come back. There's a whole lot of you that are able to do that. It's so wonderful to see. There's another lady I met at my hypnosis course, Mary Jo. She has done some fabulous videos. Just the peace she exudes from just doing some dancing to some lovely music, just to make everyone feel that peacefulness. It just, it's wonderful if people can spread that. The warmth of the colors also reminds you to be thankful for the heat of an open fire, a warm bed, a loving home. The wish of the angels is to bring you all this and more. Saying thank you for what you already have is a courtesy that brings more to your door. A never-ending supply of help, sustenance, and whatever you need to thrive in life. And it is offered here for you now, open up to receive. And so even though there is lots of news of hardships and negativity, there's also a lot more of positive things that are happening, and we really need to do the right thing by whatever isolation you're told to do, but also by spreading love, not fear. The next card we've got is clarity to go within. And that's how I think we probably want to feel. Peaceful and calm and have some clarity, because right now there isn't a lot of clarity. There's a lot of confusing messages. There's a lot of mixed messages governments and people give. And I think that perhaps not everyone does know the answer right now, and that's why you know, there's a million theories on a million different things. We do know washing your hands is a really good one, and distancing yourself from others with a big space or whatever your government in your area is telling you is what you should do. But this will be over sometime, and we will see the light. It sounds like China's already, there's some light at the end of the tunnel there. And for people like us here in Australia, I think we probably do need to be more vigilant, and but also enjoy the freedom we do have in such a large country, with still having pretty good weather, at least in this region. So the clarity card, go within. You see clarity now on something that's bothering you and making you feel out of balance. Well, I think that's happening to the whole world. We're feeling very out of balance. It may be an answer that just won't come, or an explanation or higher meaning to something happening around you. Well, we probably all wonder, why is this happening? How did it get to this? So often we think of clarity as arriving at one defined moment in time, but clarity can come in waves, and when we quiet our bodies and minds and allow a moment to just be, it can last for hours, days, or months. And I think there is going to be a lot of clarity for all of us. For a lot of us, that perhaps what we thought we needed so much, we don't really, and that we can do with a lot less of things, but we need people and love and company, friends and family. Where am I? It is the still small whisperings of our soul that we often ignore or don't have time to properly hear. And well, obviously there's a lot of people that do have a lot of time to be able to tune into your higher self, tune into your angels and guides, to spirit. A state of tranquility is needed where we can stop and allow our spiritual guides to connect with us, and it helps us to hear them and feel their love for us. So maybe you want to make a special place in your home somewhere to do that. A state of tranquility is needed where we can stop and allow that to happen. And to help with this, Archangel Metatron asks you to breathe in an aquamarine energy to bring balance to your emotional state and realign and strengthen you. Slowly and deeply breathe in this blue ray to fill your entire body, and then breathe it out. Surround yourself with this aquamarine light and feel held, supported, and lifted out of your worries, concerns, and stress. Just allow them to dissolve. Let go. And I'm sorry about any background noise. I've been goofing around with a wireless mic that I don't seem to have the right attachments for, and I can hear my neighbor on their motorbike. So that's nice. They're out having a fun time being free, and you can see some butterflies flying around. There's a lot around at the moment. Beautiful. They're just beautiful. They have this magic sort of energy about them. I don't know, something about butterflies. So just allow that light to dissolve any of your worries. Let it go. Having created space to hear your own wisdom and spiritual intelligence, you are reminded that no one has the answers to your questions but you. You may seek counsel and advice from others, but there must be no delegation of responsibility. And so we're all going to experience this time differently, and there's no right or wrong for anyone and how they're feeling. It is time to reflect on what's right for you. Your life deserves answers from the one in control of it, and that is you. Metatron will nudge, prompt, and support you, but he will not step in to answer everything for you. He serves you by empowering to hear your own answers and trust in what you hear, feel, or sense. He will often give you a piece of the jigsaw, but will not complete it for you. So because he wants you to tune in for yourself and take control. Like the teacher that he is, he encourages you to learn and find your own way. And it starts with clearing away what's unimportant and focusing on what is. Well, aren't we now? Where am I? So clarity cannot be found in hectic, frantic states of being. So that's why we need to really let go of that fear, breathing, doing some exercises, which I might even put some on after, some nice breathing exercises. And it is found by giving yourself permission to stop, breathe deeply, and center yourself. Spend time in silence, free of distractions, noise, and chaos. You return to the simplicity of listening to your own heartbeat and your own breath, slowing everything down to a point of deep serenity where clarity can be found. And that is the whole, we've come into this body to experience that. And so, I mean, it's somewhere deep inside of us already, and it's just like letting it come out. Don't push for an answer or a solution. It may be that much is still to be revealed or played out in a situation or a relationship you inquire about. So realize you'll be given what you need for now. So we might not get it all, but we'll get some peace, perhaps now. Feel into the fresh perspective that aquamarine energy gives and allow it to aid and help you reach diamond clarity when you need it. It is here waiting to serve you. So, excuse me, sometimes when I go into a meditation, and I like to do it in the dark, and I do a lot of breathing, and the more I've practiced over time, I get these colors that come in, and I can see this flash of light up on the top of my head, and then different things come in, and it's almost as if prisms of light, as if it was going through a crystal. And there's lots of information and energy that can come through light, and that's how it comes through me. But you yourself, you can do that. You can do it in so many ways. You could gaze at a candle, you can be outside and just be willing and ready for nature to speak to you, for your spirit guides to speak to you, for your own higher self, which is your big soul coming through to say, hey, tapping you, not really on the shoulder, but somewhere inside. So please take a nice big breath in and breathe out. Make sure your feet are grounded on the floor somewhere. Know your angels and guides are with you, and that we will get through this interesting, challenging time, and that for some of us, we will find peace and clarity very quickly, accepting what's happening, and it actually makes this experience much lighter, just to be and accept what's happening around us, and try to let go of any panic. And you might want to listen to this video a few times to hear what the cards' messages were, and I might put up some videos later of some breathing exercises. Until then, have peace.